What's up everybody, it's Saturday, it's the Late Night Agenda. I'm your host Craig and this is the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. The Reds aren't in action until Monday night, but that doesn't mean there's not a lot for us to get through. Spurs have, shall I say, cemented second place in the league table, putting a little bit of pressure on Manchester City. Let's see how the Plastics respond tomorrow. As I said, Liverpool up against West Ham on Monday night. How are we all? I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I see lots of people in the chat already. Origi is in, Tussie is in, October is in. Who else have we got? Charlene is in, Brian Morrissey is in. Lots and lots of people. So let me start by taking some of your comments. Can somebody please suggest a team to use in FIFA? That won't be me, mate. That definitely won't be me suggesting that because I don't play it. I'm 2 minutes late tonight and it is absolutely 100% Conor's fault. I know I say that every time, but tonight I promise you, I was sitting here twiddling my little tumsy poos because Conor was rushing around trying to get an image done because my fault, I left it really late to tell him what I wanted. So we can call it a combined effort of being late tonight. It wasn't because we were being divas, but look, we're here now and that's the main thing. I say we, like Conor's sitting here beside me. He's there in spirit. He's always here in spirit. Craig's late. Must be grabbing some diet chav. It's here. It's here. Actually, I ran back from Dublin really quickly. We were up with the in-laws, so it was a bit of a rush back to get here for the stream, trying to get something to eat and all along the way. Tell Conor what images I needed, get the notes ready, and then get on here to talk to you wonderful people. How are we? Got cool. What's up? Said got cool. Nothing much, mate. Nothing much. Looking forward to Monday night. Looking forward to sticking two fingers up to the media, which is what I'm going to do through most of this stream. As you can see, I did not hold back. If you look at the writing that's scrolling along underneath my image, you'll see I have a few thoughts as well on the media that I'm not gonna hold back on. Let me start with Jermaine Jenas. Jermaine Jenas is an absolute plank. I'm sure some of you people might have seen what Jermaine Jenas has done. Some of you might not know. Basically, he's pulled Jurgen Klopp up because Jurgen Klopp was a little bit unhappy about Kyle Walker's tweet. And I don't think Klopp went over the top on it, but Jermaine Jenas tried to make out that Jurgen Klopp is a hypocrite. And the way Jermaine Jenas tried to show that Jurgen Klopp was a hypocrite was by saying that Jurgen Klopp ran onto the field after Liverpool scored the winner against Everton and that was mocking Everton losing. Now that was what he was trying to say, that the reason that Jurgen Klopp ran onto the field was to mock Everton losing. Now, Mr. Jenas, you're a fucking awful footballer, pal. You're an even worse pundit. How you're employed is beyond me. I really don't understand that. But let's park all that aside and just take the fact that you're, as a pundit, we're just taking the piss. But let's park that aside and we'll have a little chat about your little thought process here. Jurgen Klopp was celebrating the fact that Liverpool scored a winner, you absolute plank. It was nothing to do with mocking Everton. They do that themselves. Their goalkeeper did that for them with the way his little T-Rex arms couldn't quite touch the ball over the bar. Jermaine Jenas, yet another one of these mouthy gobshites that thinks anybody cares what you say. Anybody. None of us give a shit what you say, Jenas. You're a terrible footballer, an awful pundit. How you're employed, many of us do not know. Now look, I'm on here ranting and raving, and I'm well aware. I'm self-aware enough to know that 99.999% of the world don't give a shit what I say. But you do, Jenas. You do. You've got that big ego, pal. That big ego that thinks because you play professional football that you know what's inside Jurgen Klopp's head. You're an asshole, Jenas. An asshole, pal. Now, that's my little bit of a rant on Jenas out of the way, but I'm not going to hold back tonight, guys. I am going to defend this fucking football club to the death. I'm going to defend us on this title run. I'm going to tell you guys why you shouldn't be worried about the title run in. I'm going to tell you guys about the media, and I want your opinions. I want your thoughts. I want to know, is this all in my head? There's this anger that I'm feeling. I've actually given myself a media blackout. That's how far I've gone. I've told you amazing people that I've had to pull back from social media because I'm getting angrier and angrier as I watched it. Well, tonight my wife was driving home, so I was having a little look-see through on my phone, making my notes for tonight's stream, and I just went through every story I could. Paul Ince talking about Sir Alex Ferguson and the run-in. Sky Sports trying to put pressure on Liverpool. Every fucking thing you read in the media now is going to tell you why Liverpool could possibly fuck up, why Manchester City or Spurs could be back in the title race, and what Liverpool are going to do wrong. That's what you're going to get from now until the time that we lift that trophy in May. And I'm lifting that fucking trophy in my head, guys. We are lifting. I'm lifting. Well, I ain't going to be lifting it. Liverpool have put ourselves in a position that we can go on now. We can have a fuck up. We've got 14 games to go. let me just talk you through it a little bit. So as I said, I'm going on a bit of a media blackout. Sky, BT and pretty much every other media outlet in the UK. I'm sick of listening to their pundits and their opinions on the title race. Every single one of them. They're wheeling out gobshite after gobshite. Nobody after nobody. Just to tell us why we should fear as Liverpool fans. Just to tell us why we're not sure how to win the league title. Motherfuckers, look at that roll of honour that's beside me. Look at that and tell me that Liverpool don't know how to win trophies. You absolute bunch of cretins. Liverpool Football Club exists to win fucking trophies. Liverpool Football Club is more than aware how to win trophies. 18 league titles, 5 European Cups. I mean, the roll just goes on. It's listed there. Look at it. And then ask yourself, why should we listen to these fucking idiots? Most of them never got anywhere near a league title. Gary Neville, yeah. Do you know what I think? Gary Neville's a damn fine pundit. I have to say, hand on heart, I think he's a damn fine pundit. Jamie Carragher, I'm a little bit disappointed. As much as I love Jamie Carragher, and I love him, I really do. He's an absolute legend. I think he's getting on this a little bit as well. Liverpool Football Club will do what they do this season. Whatever they do, they'll do it. If they go on and win the league title, great. If they don't, yeah. They will. I'm saying that they will. But basically, I'm sick of this media shit already. It seems like everybody and their fucking mother wants Manchester City to win this league. Why? They're a bunch of cheating pricks. They're a bunch of cheating gits. I've said this time and time again. Time and time again. Why would you want that crowd of idiots, that crowd of plastics to win the league? Now, if Spurs were to call by some miracle and win the league and we lost it, do you know what? I'd be much fucking happier than if Manchester City won it. And of course, it would be devastating if Liverpool didn't go on and do it. But I'm convinced that they are. All the stats are in our favour. We're the ones that are winning. We're the ones that have built up this lead. We're the ones that have lost once all season. Every other club has to catch us. They haven't done it yet this season. They haven't even looked like doing it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. As you said there, Brian Morrissey, Paul Ince is a moron. Paul Ince gives it this from one end of the week to the next, trying to stay relevant. You called yourself the gaffer, dickhead. The gaffer. Come on. You're about as far from a fucking gaffer. Stevie G put you in your place. What age was he when he put you in your place? He was only a little fella, and he put you in your place and showed you what a gaffer is. These guys are idiots. Time and time again, they wheel on giving their half-arsed opinions about why Liverpool are going to choke. Fuck you. Fuck each and every last motherfucking one of you. I'm going to be the positivity police. I'm going to be here and tell you why Liverpool will win the league. I'm going to tell you to ignore all the haters and enjoy yourselves and have a bit of fun. Now, rant over. I don't watch any of them knob ends. So much quality pods or fan media. Beautiful recessionizer. And you're right. There is an infinite amount of wonderful fan media out there. The Anfield Rap, brilliant. Redmen TV. A friend Sean, I keep forgetting his channel. So many good Liverpool fan channels out there for you to get your content. Get your honest opinions from. People who actually have an invested interest in Liverpool succeeding. People who are going to, yeah, we're going to talk about the negatives. We're going to talk about things that can and might go wrong. But these are people that are invested in Liverpool's success. So they're going to want to give you their honest view. Not people that don't want us to succeed, that are going to look to try and pick at every little thread and every little thing to unravel this, because it will be such big news if Liverpool didn't do it this year. It will be massive news. We'd be the club that let it go 3 times from being in the lead at Christmas. We'd be the only club to have fucked up. They want that to happen. They're praying that that happens. Manchester United fans are sitting around and they're absolutely shitting themselves at the thoughts of Liverpool winning the Premier League. Manchester City fans, well, I don't know. The weather could be good over in Abu Dhabi or Dubai. They could be out celebrating. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Nobody cares because there isn't enough of them to care about. Everton fans, oh, they're shitting themselves. Enjoy this. Enjoy what our club have deserved. Enjoy what they've hopefully going to deliver. Enjoy the performances. Will there be a few nervy moments along the way? Of course there will. Of course there will. But we're dealing with a club of professionals here. We're dealing with winners, absolute winners. These people aren't going to let this one go. Jurgen Klopp knows what it takes. Jurgen Klopp went up against the might of Borussia or Bayern Munich in Germany. Took them on with nowhere near the budget that they had and toppled them. He'll do it with Liverpool as well, although look, we're a lot stronger financially than Borussia Dortmund were at the time. Craig, remember your New Year's resolution? Yes, it was not to talk to trolls, and I haven't done that yet, Evan. I've been quite good. Are you streaming the West Ham game Monday night? Absolutely, Siobhan. I'm really looking forward to it. Absolutely. Went down to the recycling plant this week and spotted all of City 7 fans there. Whoop whoop. Nice one. Owen McGibbon said, this time in 3 months, Liverpool will be champions. What have we got now? February, March? Yeah. Probably a little bit earlier on. I think we might even do it a bit earlier. End of April. None of the pundits thought Leicester had a chance till April, and then they knew Leicester were going to win. And Leicester deserved that as well. I mean, that was a tremendous story and an inspiration. Look, you mightn't be a Leicester fan. We're not Leicester fans, but you've got to give them their dues. It was brilliant. I'd rather listen to you and Red Men. That's fucking it. Till October. Andres in Besta. How are you, sir? Great to have you in. Right, how are we? Abu Dhabi City. That's pretty much how I view it, mate. I'm not going to lie. And look, there are some City fans. There are some die-hard City fans. I've spoke about this before. When they went down to the divisions, they were well-backed, supported. Probably fucking more than they are now. Which is crazy. Main Road sold out when they were in League One. Absolutely mad. Do you think Spurs are back in the title race? Every fibre of me own says no. But I need to show them more respect because they are. To an extent they are, but I don't think that it will last for them. Spurs have completely punched above their weight. Mauricio Pochettino and that Spurs squad have done miracles. Absolutely fantastic to keep up to where they are. Harry Kane's out. Dele Alli's out. Heung-min Son's only coming back. You've got to give them respect. Spurs are doing very, very well, and I would be so much happier if they were the ones challenging us to Manchester City. Nothing would give me greater fucking pleasure than for City to fall off and Spurs to be the ones behind us. Because I like Spurs. I say I like them. I respect them as a club. I respect the way they're trying to do things. I respect that they've built themselves a shiny new stadium, that they've got themselves a good manager, they've got young players in, that they're trying to keep those players. They're similar to Liverpool to an extent in so many ways. You could talk about the fans and their rivalry. I don't really see a rivalry with Spurs. I have a begrudging respect for them, much like I do with Manchester United. But I don't think Spurs will do it at the end. I think they'll fall a little bit short. That's one thing. I think of all the rants and all the little things I say on the channel, I think what I can always promise you guys is I will try and give you my honest opinion of teams. I don't just talk about United or Spurs or Arsenal or Chelsea to provoke a response. That is exactly how I feel. If I gave Manchester United a lot of credit over recent weeks. Choked doing it. I was choking getting the words out. But I'm trying to be honest. By the way, congratulations to England who beat Ireland today in the rugby. It was tough to take, but you know what? They deserve the win. So if there's any English rugby fans out there that's watching, congratulations. It's on for you now. It's on for you. Go and do it. It's up to you. Ireland, obviously, we're going to look to see what we can do with the Six Nations and an eye on the World Cup later on in the year. But congratulations to England today. Thoroughly deserved their win. Hi Craig, do you listen to Off the Ball Sports Show and News Talk? Not as much as I used to, Shane. Big fan of what the guys do on News Talk. Love the radio station. I listen to it more when Owen McDevitt and the guys were there. Since they left, I haven't watched or listened to it as much. But I do like the station, I do like the show. Cannot wait for us to get 21 league titles in the next few seasons and knock those mank. I don't know if I can say that word, so you can insert your own word there. Off their perch. For the Merseyside derby, it's more banterish, like, oh haha, we beat your shit, but for Man United games, it isn't banter at all. Everton must, I don't know what they must be thinking at this moment in time. Another defeat today against a very good Wolves side, as we know. But what are they now, 9th in the league? Maybe 10th if results don't go against them or something. I read somewhere yesterday that Spurs, or not Spurs, I'm Spurs in the brain now because I've been speaking about them, that Everton have spent something like £9.98 million a point this season, something like that. Liverpool will be a sea of red for the party we win the league. The blue shite will lock themselves in their houses thinking it's an apocalypse. Whoop! Said Charlene. Just watched a full ad for you, mate, said Erdem. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. On the ads, actually, this is something that Conor and I were wondering about, and I have no idea about this stuff. I just seen a comment yesterday that somebody said your ads are a joke. Now, I don't know if they meant the actual ads, in which case we've got no say over what ads come up, or the frequency of the ads, of which case I'll be honest and say I have fucking no idea. Conor said that they were set to the YouTube preset, so And I'm not talking about during the live content. I'm talking about if you're watching stuff back, if it's delayed or you're watching it back later on. Are the ads too frequent? Would you like us to extend them and stretch them out a little bit? Now, obviously, we can't. We've no say over what ad you get or how long that ad is. But what we can do is, if you want us to stretch out the gaps between ads, we can certainly sort that one out. Because this is your channel, guys. As I keep saying, your input is very important to us. We want you all to be happy watching this. Graham said, massive game on Monday, mate. I take any sort of win. It won't shut anybody up. It'll be a huge boost. The lads' confidence, which it will. It will. And do you know what? I'm very confident, Graham. West Ham away is usually good to us. And West Ham are in a little bit of a shambles at the minute. Angus Court said, come on Arsenal for tomorrow. Thank you very much for the super chat, pal. What was it about last night, by the way? Myself and Conor had a chat about this. I've never had so many super chats in one night as last night. It was nuts. Absolutely nuts. I know it was payday actually, so that might have something to do with it. Tomorrow, Arsenal, that game. What are we thinking, folks? Manchester City and Arsenal. Does anybody think that Arsenal can go there, get a point, get a win? Anybody confident? I think there'll be goals. I think both teams are going to score tomorrow, but I think Manchester City just might have a little bit too much firepower for them personally. But it's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to watch that game and I'm going to watch the Manchester United game because both sort of impact on us. Got to start looking at United a little bit more now as the game against them approaches. John Hamilton is in. John, how are you, sir? I'm very well, thank you for asking. Craig, we need to ignore the media. They're all just getting us riled up. Absolutely. I'm giving myself a media blackout. The only thing I'm going to do now is just Google Liverpool news when it comes to getting stuff for the stream here. I used to have to look at transfers, but of course that's no longer the case because the window's closed. So I'm just going to stick to talking about stuff for this show. So I'm going to get some Liverpool news. Other than that, I don't even want to look at it. I'm not going to be watching Match of the Day. I'm not going to be watching anything like that because I'm sick of it already. And they're only going to ramp this shit up as the season goes on. Right, some more comments. Where are we? I'm trying to catch up. I'm miles behind already. My God, this chat's getting too busy. It's getting too busy, guys. And that's a nice thing, though. Right, let me just pick a point. Where can we go? Right, there we go. Let's pick a point. Hey Craig, Subi told me on AA Discord that he is Pakistan and might try and join. It's like 3 AM there. Okie dokie, no problem at all. I hope, Subi, if you do watch this, mate, whether it be live or watching it back, I hope you're having a wonderful time in Pakistan on holidays, mate. Enjoy yourself. And my regards to the family. That's a bold statement saying you'd rather have Spurs win than City. Absolutely, much rather have it, mate. Absolutely, 100,000%. I would rather have Spurs win the Premier League than Manchester City. Absolutely. Because Spurs will have done it the right way. Manchester City, I've no respect for that club. None. And I'm not having a go with their fans here. I'm talking about the actual way the club is run. Not their fans. I'm not saying their fans are scum or anything like that. Here I'm purely talking about the club and the way it's run. I've zero respect. Zero. They're sticking 2 fingers up the financial fair play. They're trying to make mugs out of all the other clubs. So yes, I would rather have Spurs and the way that they're trying to grow their club and the way they're trying to do things correctly, much like we have. Yeah, I would rather have them win the Premier League than City, and I think everybody should think the same way. Lazar couldn't even play for Fulham today. He's so shit, says Javon Watts. I didn't see the Fulham game today. I respect Spurs and Everton, but City, Arsenal and Chelsea are knobheads, said Evan Power. Perez was close against Tottenham. I didn't see the Spurs game either. Actually, I'll tell you what, I was still asleep. I'm not even going to lie. I wasn't even up for the Spurs game. If you slip up against West Ham, are you going to be worried? It depends what you mean by a slip up. If we lose or draw? No, not really, mate. Not really. I believe in this team. The gap's gone 1 point, it's gone to 7 points, it's gone to 5 points. I don't think we will though, so I don't do what ifs. And I'm trying to be respectful, my friend, because it was a fine question. I've no problem with that. I just don't do what ifs, mate. I'll react after it happens. If we drop points against West Ham, then we'll talk about it on Monday and we'll see how or why we drop points. Then I'll know whether I should be worried or not. I mean, we could be talking about a ridiculous decision or Liverpool having battered West Ham for the entire game and just not being able to break through. And if the performance was good, then I'm going to go, yeah, okay, that's alright. Not the end of the world. I'm not somebody who will sensationalise one result. I try and look at things. I look back over the other games. I try and look at the games that are ahead and see how I think we might do. And as I said yesterday, I did my guess at how the rest of the season is going to go. And I allowed Manchester City to win 13 games and draw 1. And that was away at Old Trafford. And it gave us 3 draws in ours. And we were winning the league by a point. So I just can't see us not doing it. There's no way I can see a team that has been as solid and as resilient as we have, who was getting back Trent Alexander-Arnold and putting our defence back into a relatively decent shape. And yes, it's unfortunate what happened with Joe Gomez, and of course we all wish Joe a quicker recovery as possible. But we've got ourselves into this position for a reason. It's because we're damn good. Shitty under extra pressure due to Spurs chasing them for second place. Well, they're in second place now, buddy. So yeah, it's up to Manchester City to get the result tomorrow. Hopefully Wales beat England, then we beat Wales on the last day. PC Benjamin is in, mate. How are you? Great to have you with us. Thanks, Craig. The rugby was great and fail for the Irish lads. Yeah, it was. Do you know what? You could see what it meant to England, and you could see Eddie Jones was talking about it a lot in the build-up, and he was a little bit pissed off. I think that everybody had Ireland down for the win in this one, and England worked really hard, and they came and they won deservedly. So yeah, there's no bad blood for me on that one. As much as I don't like losing to England at anything, because just built into us. I think I've no hatred. I just like Ireland to win. I accidentally deleted a comment by Dave. Sorry, Brian said apologies, Dave Sweeney. If it was a comment deleted, it was an accident. Craig, what games do you see Liverpool dropping points this season? I'm going to be honest here, Jack. I see us maybe getting a draw at Old Trafford. I wouldn't be absolutely shocked if Spurs drew with us at Anfield. I wouldn't be surprised there. What was the other one? Was there? I think there might have been one away game I had us down for a point for, Jack, but I can't remember what it was now off the top of my head. It definitely wasn't Everton, because we're going there and getting 3 points. Thomas Butler wants to know, can I have a shout out on Instagram? Thomas Kev runs the Instagram account, buddy. So you'll have to chat to Kev. But if I do chat to him in the meantime, I'll see if he can do that for you. Shitty will crumble in the next 3 games at AS Empire. It's only going to get tougher and tougher and tougher for them. I mean, let's not forget this. They have a lot of games coming up. And tough games at the minute. Yeah, what about the cat invading at Goodison today? That was brilliant, wasn't it? For those of you who might not know what Rigi was speaking about, there was a black cat apparently got into Goodison Park today, and there was like up to 40 police and stewards and people trying to usher this cat out, and it delayed the game for like 5 or 6 minutes or something like that. Only at Goodison. PSN Next Venom is in, or Hext Venom is in. How are you, sir? Great to have you with us. Wolves got promoted last season and are already ahead of Everton. Yeah, but Wolves mean business, mate. I mean, you can see by the money they're backed by and the amount of good Portuguese players that they brought in. They're serious this year. They mean business. Very infrequent ads, said Brian Morrissey. I think there's much more. Well, I say much more. I don't know how more. If you're watching things in playback, then I think there might be a little bit more. Oh, guys, I have a little bit more news for you. I've been speaking to Conor lately, and I feel, I feel a little bit bad. We have some wonderful people who have been on Patreon for a long time and that have been supporting the channel. So I've decided that I'm going to take it upon myself to start making that a little bit more worthwhile for these wonderful people. So I'm going to start setting up a couple of levels on Patreon. So I want to give something to everybody. So if you guys are sending us money each month, I feel you should be getting something back. So I'm going to start making a little bit of extra content for the people that subscribe on Patreon or that send us that money every month. Everything that will go on YouTube will always be free, and it will be the same as is. Nothing is going to change. This is just because I feel if you're given money, you should get something in return. And yes, I understand that this content is something in return, but we're working on a few little things. Maybe a digital download of some of Conor's edits, maybe a discount in the Redbubble store, maybe a little bit of extra content, maybe a Q&A session each month. A few little things that we can do just to say thank you to the people that are on Patreon and that do support the channel on there. And there isn't that many. I mean, we're not raking it in or anything. There's a few people, but even a few, I still think they need to be thanked. So if you are on Patreon at the minute, or you're thinking of subscribing on Patreon, we're going to change it up a little bit just to make sure you get something every month. It's not going to be something major, as I said. It could be just something small. It could be something as simple as getting a discount code for another site, or it could be getting made a mod. We're thinking about making all the people that join up to Patreon mods on the channel as well. We thought about a wall behind me where we can spray paint everyone's names onto the wall that has subscribed on Patreon. There's a few little bits and pieces that we can do, but we're always trying to adapt, learn and grow, because this is a relatively new channel. We're inside our first year. Yeah, so any suggestions, we're happy to hear them. And if anyone does want to go onto Patreon, it's patreon.com/Anfield Agenda. Really straightforward. Right, where are we? Wolves bought a lot in the summer, said YouTube. And as you can see, I'm using the right image today. I've got my subscriber count and all up again and live. So if you're watching and you haven't hit the subscribe button, please take a second and do that. We're marching towards 8k. I'm hoping we're going to get there by the end of the game on Monday night. That's my little goal anyway. Depends how the watch along goes, but yeah, fingers crossed we get there. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please take a second to do that. That would be very much appreciated. Right, where are we? I've only ever had 1 or 2 ads since you got monetized. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad it's not annoying a lot of people. But we always appreciate your feedback on anything, guys. Anything at all to do with the channel. It's your channel, so we want it to be functional for you guys. My friend sent me a screenshot of her timeline earlier, but City is paying Twitter to promote their tweets now. What the fuck is a top 6 side paying for social media promotion? I can't speak about that, October. It's not something I'm aware of, so I'll just leave it at that. I'll let you guys discuss it amongst yourselves. So results for tomorrow. Willow's going for a draw. Anthony reckons 3-2 to Arsenal. Wow. 2-2 for Gakul. 3-3 Recessionizer. A lot of people think that it could be a draw here. Nice. I just can't let myself believe. I just can't let myself believe that they're going to drop points. I'll just wait till it happens and see. Craig, if Shitty drop points tomorrow and we win on Monday, you're going to start growing the mohawk ready for the title. I've already looked into dyes, John. That's how far ahead I am. I'm definitely looking into this mohawk. Not sure if I should go all red or red and white, but I'm working on it. I remember when Clavin was one of the cover stars of Pro Evo. Nice. The magic of technology, being able to watch any LFC game is reason for celebration, but not watching some pundit, said Rod. Craig, you'll get a chance to support Leicester City FC boys team tomorrow. True, that is true, yeah. I will definitely be behind Leicester City tomorrow for that one. Craig, you should book a professional artist to paint a silhouette of all the Liverpool legends. I have Conor for that, Evan. And where am I getting the money to book this professional artist from? The West Brom Twitter account is hilarious. I've never actually, do you know, I've never ever looked at it. Who wins the Super Bowl? Oh, that is so above my pay grade. If the Patriots are in it, then the Patriots. I think they are in it. I mean, Tom Brady, doesn't he own the Super Bowl at this point? And Belichick, is that their coach, or is he not their coach anymore? That's how little I know about American football. FIFA Gamers going 4-1 to Manchester City tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised at all, pal. Do you have a fantasy football league? I don't know. Honest answer, I don't know. I'm in a head-to-head league with some people here on the channel who were absolutely destroying me. But I did beat October this week. Ha ha ha. Just like I said I was going to October. The only week I've actually shown up and done my team properly. But I'm bottom of the league by a country mile. Belichick is in college football now. Jesus. Is that not a big drop down? Or is he just kind of retiring? Is that why it is? Because I know, isn't it Bill Belichick? Is he quite old? Hey Craig, just in, how are you? Mossy, I am absolutely... Mossy, how are you not a mod yet, by the way? That's totally my bad. Sorry about that, pal. I'm tickety-boo. Mossy, mate, tickety-boo. So, again, just a little bit of confirmation on the squad for Monday. And there's a bit of a shock. Some of you probably know this, some of you probably don't. But there's a name that has appeared in the Liverpool squad to play West Ham on Monday that I did not even believe was still at the club. Conor motherfucking Randall. Conor Randall. is in the Liverpool squad. Conor Randall, yes, Conor Randall. He's been added to the matchday squad for the Reds trip to play West Ham in London on Monday. Conor Randall's last appearance in the league for Liverpool came in Jurgen Klopp's first season. First season when he came on in a draw. Was it a draw? No, it was a 2-0 win, I think, against Watford. I'm sure I read that in the Echo, so I'm sure it was said a 2-0 win against Watford. Conor Randall. Oh, just when you thought, when Markovic left, you thought that was it. Conor Randall is still at the club. I couldn't believe that. I swear to God I thought he'd done. So yeah, Conor Randall is in the Liverpool squad. It feels weird saying that. And a few other confirmations. Obviously we'll be without Joe Gomez, no Trent Alexander-Arnold, and no Dejan Lovren, who's feeling his hamstring. You know, that hamstring that's kept him out for a while. And this kind of got me thinking about the centre-back situation. And I know a lot of you guys probably feel the same, because I think I've seen a few of you talking about this. We need to get rid of Dejan Lovren and we need to get rid of John Matip. There, I'm saying it. And I'm not saying it because of the level of their performances. No, far from that. I'm saying it because what's the fucking point of having backup centre-backs if they can't play 8 games in a row? What's the point? Even 5 games. Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren are too soft. They pick up too many injuries. They're broken. They need to be moved on in the summer. That's my thoughts on this. And it's got nothing to do with their levels. If they were both fit all the time, I'd have no problem with them being at the club. None whatsoever. But what is the point of having a backup centre-back that can't do his damn job because he picks up an injury every so often? Always. His whole job is to be cover and to be in there and play if one of our centre-backs is out injured or needs to be rotated. And he can't do it. Can't do it. Picking up injuries left, right and centre. And I really like both of them. I've got nothing against Dejan Lovren and I've got nothing against Joel Matip. Nothing whatsoever. In fact, I've defended Lovren so much on here. But they've got to go. They've got to go. We might as well give Connor Masterson the job or give it to Nathaniel Phillips. What's the point? I'm fucking sick to death of the players that are there to provide cover being fucking injured. I am sick to death of it. It's so frustrating. Yes, everybody picks up an injury from time to time, but it's taken the piss how many games that Matip and Lovren are unable to play in a row, I should say. It's absolutely ridiculous. But as I've said, that has nothing to do with their ability. I'm saying this purely because of the injuries. As players, I've got nothing against them whatsoever, and I mean nothing. Keep Matip, sell Lovren. Why? You'll be in the same position. Matip is... I'm not sure which one of them is worse, actually. I'd be guessing. But, yeah, I mean, for me, nah, move both on. Gokul said, I agree, Lovren Matip needs to be moved on. We need one more first choice defender. Yes, I think that's a fair show. And bring through one of the younger players. I mean, yes, I would definitely go with that. You probably need 5 centre-backs at Liverpool Football Club. Excuse me. Maybe we could get away with 4 if you're looking at having Fabinho has been able to play in that position in an emergency. But I think 4 first team centre-backs and maybe a younger player would be kind of where I'd be looking at. I say this with a lot of love in my heart for Lovren. I have his shirt for fuck's sake, but my God, I'm sick of the bullshit. Jose said Lovren consistently unreliable. I don't think this is just Lovren. I think maybe we're saying some people who are having a little bit of a dig at Lovren here. I might be saying this because it's him that's injured at the minute. But I think they're as bad as each other personally. Anthony Peter said summer signing, centre back, left back, attacking midfielder, centre forward, end of, boom. Craig, every time I've worn a VVD shirt he scored against Everton last season. Borrowed a VVD Southampton kit from my friend for the crack. And against Wolves wearing it on Monday. Good man, I'm sticking me $5 on for the header. There you go, Origi. I'm sticking me $5 on for a Van Dijk header. Then if you've got the shirt on, I'm backing you, pal. If Nat Phillips and Hoover... Oh yes, I forgot about Keane Hoover. Completely forgot about that young man. If Nat Phillips and Hoover are going to be developed, then they should play more often. Heard that Klopp rates Kelleher more than Grabara, and that's why he went out on loan. What's your opinion on the young Irish keeper? I said all along, Tom, all season, that if Simon Mignolet moves on, I want Queeveen Kelleher to be the backup keeper. I don't want to bring in some experienced goalkeeper who's happy to sit on a bench. I want to bring in Queeveen Kelleher, who has been brought up through the youth system. What's the point in being at the club if he isn't good enough? The goalkeeper situation is very tough. You get keepers coming up through the youth system, and then what happens? They don't really get a chance. So in the position we're in now, with Simon Mignolet clearly wanting to leave because he's not getting a game, you can't blame him. He wants to play football. He's getting to the latter part of his career now, so let Mignolet move on. And I would fully give Queevy and Callagher that job. Why not? What many games is he realistically going to play? He played in pre-season a few times, and I don't think he did too much wrong. Give him the games. That's what I do. We need to play Kiana more, said Shelley. You got to be careful though with his development because he's still very, very young. Definitely seems to be good enough, but you've got to take it careful with him. Yeah, you don't want to bring him in too early, although you don't want to stunt his development either. So it's a tough situation with him, but you know what? I'm fully backing Jurgen Klopp to get it right because he knows how to bring through young talent. It was one thing I always gave Sir Alex Ferguson massive credit for, actually. He was probably one of the best at protecting young players and keeping them out of the limelight, dropping them in, pulling them back out, you know, begrudging respect and all that, but he was very, very good at that. Matip and Aki swap deal, said Mossy Wassy. Well, yeah, Aki, yeah, he can be very good. I'm probably not qualified enough to talk about Nathan Aki, actually. I probably haven't seen enough of him, but why not? I mean, it couldn't be any worse than that. At least he'd be fucking fit. Agree on the amount of injuries they have. Not even games. When they don't play, they get injured. Klopp keeps backing these injury-prone players. I can't argue with that point because they're still here. Lovren does need to go. I wanted him gone last summer. Even when he did the World Cup, he just makes me nervous as fuck. He gotta go, bro, said Poochmount. Again, from my point of view, from a playing standpoint, I think Lovren's okay, but he's not going to be able to play because he's always injured, as is Joel Matip. So I suppose what I'm saying kind of negates how good they are, because it doesn't matter how good they are if they're not available all the time. Well, not all the time. You can't have everybody available all the time, but I think they've had more than their fair share of spells out. Why don't we just keep youth players as backup? Because they've got to develop their careers, Alex, as well, and that's some things the clubs have to weigh up. You don't want to stunt their development. You give them their little periods on loan, but at some stage you've got to make a call on whether they are good enough, or you believe that they're good enough to step up to the club. It must be so tough making those decisions on younger players. Jack Spade said, not gonna lie, I think 1 million for Clavan was a bit of a rip-off. Could have been at least 7 to 12. His contract was up, Jack. That's why he went so cheap. He was up at the end of the year, so I think that's why they got him so cheap. Matip started bringing balls from the back. Yeah, very good. Stepping out excellently. I said it the other day in the game as well. Very, very good. But do you think Joe Matip is going to stay fit for the next 8 games? Because I'd be amazed if he doesn't pick up a little muscle knock or a strain or something that'll pull him out. It's the same situation with Brewster, Phillips and Gomez. Tried to do it without surgery. Should have got Declan Rice on a free. A free? He signed a new deal with West Ham, didn't he, recently? Bye bye Lovren, said Poochmount. Clavan has only played 10 games in Serie A this year. Is he injured at the minute? Because I looked the other day and he wasn't even in the Calgary squad. So I was wondering if he was injured. How will you react if Liverpool slip up again and don't win the title? It won't happen, so I'll worry about it if it happens down the line. I will react like every other fan, pal, but it's not going to happen, and I refuse to believe that. I refuse to think that negatively. How will you react if Liverpool do go on and win the title? That's a much more fun question. Mo wearing his hat and training like a pharaoh, hilarious. I didn't see that, Anthony, but I'm all for anything Mo Farah. Mo fucking Farah. Mo Salah does. You had me there with the word pharaoh. That's why. Liverpool have out of nowhere transfer next summer like Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum. Facts. I'm expecting a tasty little bit of business next summer. Maybe 2 or 3 really, really quality players. Is Keita a flop? No. Far too early to say that. I'm not liking your line of questionings, by the way. I don't know if you're a Liverpool fan or not, but your line of questionings is all going into negativity, and I don't do negativity, pal. So, no, Keita is not a fucking flop. Keita is going to be a boss. I hate fair weather fans that don't give players a chance. I just don't get it. Craig, I think we should go back to a 4-3-3. Again, I suppose it depends on who's available. I don't like the 4-2-3-1 personally because I don't like Salah up there on his own. I was thinking about this. Timo Werner coming in would be amazing if we were letting Bobby play a bit deeper, because I think Bobby's gotten better and better the more he's played in that deeper role. It took him a while to get used to it, but I think he's developed into it. Surely Matt Phillips, Nat Phillips, do you mean? Nat Phillips, I think you meant to say, should be an option. He's a big lad. He's a very big unit. I spoke about this before. I was shocked how big he was when I seen him in Dublin. We need a win against West Ham or our title hopes are gone. Yes, we do. We do. Well, they won't be gone. I mean, that's bullshit. That question right there is absolute bullshit. We need a win or our title hopes are gone. We're going to be still top of the fucking league no matter what happens. Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. Aaron Shorley is linked with us again. A couple of people have said that. As long as Matip stays fit until any of our decent defenders come back, that please God, Claire. Yeah, that would. Yes, we need him to, absolutely. And do you know what? If John Matip stays fit, as I said, I have no issues with him from a playing standpoint. He's looked quite good recently. I'll probably have a heart attack as soon as it's announced that we've won the league. Do you know what? There's been a few times watching Liverpool over the years that I felt very, very medically iffy watching them. I give Keita this season, but he needs to change soon. I don't know. I'm going to pass on the Keita thing because I'll just get angrier and angrier the more I talk about it. Firmino pivot turn. What? Firmino pivot turn. Are you out of this world? Lost me on that one. Unless that was aimed at somebody else. Why are people being so negative? Give me strength. I'll have a day off. Ball bags. Ball bags indeed, Charlene. The formation should change between 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1. Everything does change, to be fair, during games. Formations, I think we as fans get a little bit too caught up on formations. We used to be fairly fluid. Our front three used to interchange a lot, actually. And there's always tiny little tweaks in formations throughout games that most of us don't really see or notice. We're 5 points clear, not 5 points behind. Exactly, John. Exactly. 5 points clear. And heads are falling off. It's madness. Don't like waiting for Monday nights. Feel like an age we play. Yeah, I think maybe the fact that we played on Thursday, was it Thursday? Makes it a little bit easier, but I'm with you. I don't like playing Monday nights. Until Monday, then it's fun, because your game's on Monday night. I think we should try a 3-4-3. Mossy, I've been saying that all season. I think if we had Joe Gomez fit, and either Lovren or Matip fit, then yes, I think we could definitely play a 3 at the back. Actually, we kind of did it in the last game if you look at it. Gini Wijnaldum would drop back. Every time we were in possession, Wijnaldum would drop back and he was playing just to the left of Van Dijk and Matip, and then you had Henderson and Robbo about 10 or 15 yards further up on either side. Gakul's lineup for West Ham would be Alisson, Robbo, Van Dijk, Matip, Milner, Gini, Fabinho, Keita, Bobby, Mane and Salah. I like your lineup. I really like that lineup actually. I think we might see Henderson in for Keita though. That's what I would suspect. But I like your lineup. I would happily have that team out. By the way, Craig, I've been a fan since 06-07, and you can imagine why I wouldn't want to see Spurs win the league over City, because I'd hate them to win it before us. Oh yeah, no, I completely get you there. And hello, go. And don't get me wrong, I don't want Spurs to win the league. I want Liverpool to win the league, pal. But I just personally, I wouldn't care. If they won it before us, it wouldn't make a difference to my life whatsoever. If we don't win the league, whoever wins it is sort of irrelevant to me. But I would rather it be Spurs than Manchester City. But I get where you're coming from. Claire said, agree, Matip is doing a job till Gomez and Lovren come back. Oh my god, the first 45 minutes of the stream have absolutely torn by. Do you think Camacho will get a start this season? No, I don't. I think there's going to be too much at stake, Mossy, to give him a chance. Maybe he'll come on, but I don't know if he'll get a start. Again, that could depend on injuries though. Conor Randall rumoured to play in the trequartista role tomorrow after having apparently mastered it the last few years. 3 ins and 3 outs for the summer. More than 3 outs probably. Lallana, Matip, Lovren. This is just how I would put out. Lallana, Matip, Lovren. Obviously Sturridge is gone when his contract runs down. I'd get rid of Origi. Who else for the squad? Milner is going to be debatable depending on maybe what happens with Leeds there. Mignolet, he'll move out. And there's probably a couple more as well. People who are being so negative, why do you support Liverpool if you don't have faith in your team and just going to be negative? Exactly. The sensible thing to do is ask yourself, why are Liverpool in this position? That's what I keep reminding myself. Why are Liverpool in this position? Because they deserve to get themselves in this position. Liverpool have lost 1 game. Don't forget that. 1 game. Unbeaten in I think it's 33 home Premier League games now. We've lost 1 game this season. 1 single game. And that was against the champions in their own backyard. And it was a very close game. I just don't get it. Liverpool deserve to be where they are because they deserve to be there. Simple as that. Average points puts us ahead. The run-in, very similar to Manchester City's. Do you think Manchester City are going to win the next 14 games? Because I sincerely don't. They've got United away. They've got 2 tough games coming up tomorrow against Arsenal. Then is it Chelsea or Spurs? I can't remember who they have at home. Then they've got Everton away. They've got the Champions League, of course. They've got the League Cup final. They've got the FA Cup. Who knows what injuries might pop up? I just thought there's no way they're going to do it. And we have that 5-point cushion. And even every time people say, we go through 1 more game, let's just assume we beat West Ham. Right, so we beat West Ham and let's assume Manchester City win tomorrow. We push on. There's only 13 games left. 13 games left. So 2 fuck-ups within that 13 games. Meet it down to 11. And that's Manchester City winning all theirs. It's grand. Relax. Calm. The Reds have got themselves here because they're fucking good. They're not too bad, you know, this group of players. Claire said, we're so doing the league this year. Squad depth come into play. We're using it, but we'll come good. Exactly. We haven't got maybe the forwards a little bit. But other than that, we've got time. We've got players that we can move in and out. Our lads don't look exhausted. And Manchester City, they can only use so many players. Their players are going to play a shit ton of games. And plus, let's be honest about this. Let's be very blunt about this. They're arrogant, Manchester City. They're arrogant as a football club. There's a reason they've lost to lesser teams this year. Because they go out there assuming that they're going to fucking trample over them. They lost to Crystal Palace. They lost to Newcastle. They draw points at Wolves at some point. It's there for a reason. They're arrogant. They believe they just have to show up, and they don't like it when it's put up to them. You can see when they beat us, they celebrated like they won the fucking league. As far as they were concerned, that was it. It's going to be beautiful when we beat them. And I don't want to go all full on Kevin Keegan here because there's plenty of time for that as the season goes on. But they're not infallible. They're not this big bad machine that are just going to grind out wins. They lost to fucking Newcastle. They lost to fucking Crystal Palace. Remind yourself of this when you're doubting. They lost to these teams already. Have we? No, we haven't. We've lost to them once. And that's it. Nobody else in the league has beaten Liverpool this year. Nobody. And we've got a good chunk of games coming up at home. Yes, we've got United away, but so do they. Yes, we've got Everton away, but so do they. So, again, very similar. So if you think we're going to drop points, then you've got to assume that they'll drop points because history suggests that they'll drop points. After Christmas, they always tail off. Pep Guardiola, if you want to look at that, you want to make yourself feel better. Guardiola's never won a league that he hasn't been top of at Christmas. Things are in our favour, although the media won't tell you that. The media are going to tell you that Liverpool are the only team to have been top of Christmas and not won the league twice. They're going to ram that type of shit home. They're going to tell you that Liverpool don't know how to see out a season. They're going to tell you that Manchester City have done it. They're champions. They know what it takes. They're going to give you all this guff and bollocks that means nothing. Means nothing, because Liverpool have a different group of players than they had in 13-14, a different group of players they had in 08-09. They've got a different manager. They've got a manager that knows what it takes to get over the line. Brendan Rodgers, with all due respect to him, we had a fantastic season that year, but he's not a winner. He is now. He went up to Celtic and he's won the league. You can talk about how easy or hard that is. That's a whole other conversation. Jurgen Klopp is a winner. Jurgen Klopp knows what it takes to get over the line. So does Virgil van Dijk. He's a winner. I don't know what he's won. He's won stuff at Celtic, but he's a winner. In his DNA, he's a winner. You can see he's a winner. Tell me that Alisson Becker's beard does not deserve to lift our Premier League title this season. Just tell me that alone. Okay. AS Empire has gone West Ham 0, Liverpool 4, goals from Firmino, 2 for Salah, and a first for Fabinho. And in the Champions League they lost to Lyon. Thank you, the Serpent Line. That is true. Simple, right? We are Liverpool. We are Liverpool. Catch us if you can. Exactly. That, I love that phrase. Fucking catch us if you can. That should be our phrase for the season. Fuck you, City. Fuck you, Spurs. Catch us if you can. Then throw in a big Ric Flair. Woo! At the end of it. There you go. There's an ad for you, Liverpool. You can have that one for free. Why is Kyle Walker watching our stream under the name Your Mom? I haven't even seen that gobshite. There's a few of you talking about him in here. Oh, there he is. Why do you think that Liverpool are the most hated clubs by other fans? Because they're arrogant. Why do you think that nobody gives a fuck about you, mate? Because you're irrelevant now. Toodle pips! Arrogant. How could we be arrogant, you absolute fucking clown? What have we got to be arrogant about? How are we arrogant? That doesn't make sense, dickhead. Klopp is a league winner, exactly. I'd love to see Firmino as a striker on Monday. West Ham's are crippled with injuries and we need to go all out. We're going to beat West Ham. Don't even give it a second's thought. West Ham are not in a great place at the minute. We're going to beat West Ham. We know it. They know it. The fans know it. The people trying to predict that we're going to fall apart, they know it. VVD is not only a winner, he's the Dutch captain, hopefully ours from next season. So it got cool. Even Man United fans' wet dream of Alisson. To be fair, they've got a very good goalkeeper. Kills me to say that, but David De Gea is a fine goalkeeper, as is Alisson, and we know who's got a better beard. I mean, there you go. Charlene's gone 3-0 to the Reds. I love how Liverpool fans being arrogant. Am I arrogant because I believe my club who are top of the league are going to go and win the fucking league? I don't remember many Liverpool fans at the start of the season being arrogant and saying, well, we're just going to win this league. I remember the media basically handing the fucking thing to Manchester City before it even started. Arrogant? There's a difference between arrogance and belief and confidence. What else have we got? Poch will beat City, Vampire will beat the Toffees. I don't know, we'll move on from that one. We'll talk in May. No, the thing is, mate, you'll fucking disappear in May. That's the difference. I'll still be here, win, lose or draw come May. But the trolls all disappear when Liverpool win. And we prove this time and time again. When we're playing league games and we do watch-alongs of them, there's nothing. The Reds go ahead, nothing, not a fucking peep. Soon as somebody scores against us or equalises, up come all the rocks, out come all the trolls, their bollocks grow bigger, and they think they have something to say. Then Liverpool go and win the game, the rocks come back up, all the bollocks get smaller, and they're running scurry back under the rocks like the little ants that they are. You won't be here come May, mate. You know that and I know that. Everybody needs a best mate like Craig. You really don't. You really don't. I'll bet you for charity if you want 1k Liverpool won't win the league. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. No problemo, my friend. The difference being, yet again, is that I'll follow through on that. You fucking won't. So I'll tell you what. You show me the 1k. You show me the money. And we'll talk. But you know you haven't fucking got it. You're just giving it this. You haven't got 1k. And if you have got 1k, you are definitely not giving it to a charity of my choice, because you'd fucking choke. But if you want to do it, prove it. Prove it, mate. Deposit the money. We'll keep it safe there. And we'll have this bet. Because I've no problem giving £1,000 to charity if we don't win the league. None. Not that I have £1,000 to give away, but I'm that confident. But you won't do it. And you know you won't do it. I've had so many of these over the years. So fucking many. When Richard Keys was giving it the big one about Everton and their business, I hounded him on every form of social media I could try and get him at, trying to call him out. And I said, Richard, I've got £5,000 here that said you're talking out your arse, that Liverpool are going to absolutely annihilate Everton this season. And of course, people keep giving it the big one, but nobody has the stones to back it up. Jersey Boy said we're winning the league. I know we will. Where's Conor? I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. He's a busy boy these days. I've no idea where he is. City are upstarts, little club with no humility. Liverpool are an institution. Yes, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. The humility thing I would certainly agree with. And they're classless. Classless as well. Craig, there's a lot of haters out there hating on Liverpool at the minute because they know that they're on the verge of something special. Exactly. They're fucking haters. They're miserable bastards who just don't want to see anybody else happy. Put aside the football aspect of this and the tribalism aspect. They're just horrible fuckers. They just live in these pits of misery. Do you think every time Manchester United won the league that I gave a fuck about it? Honestly, do you think they changed my life one bit? My league season stopped after I realised Liverpool weren't winning it, whatever year that was. After that, I don't begrudge anybody a fucking thing. I'm certainly not going to lose any sleep over somebody else winning the league. Or certainly not going to wish their club any fucking harm. I just don't get what type of person that is. Right, mate, we'll see you in May. We will see you in May. If you come back with that grand in May, I'm happy to come. I'm happy to do an entire fucking stream to say what a lovely fella you are. But I have my severe doubts that you'll be here in May. There's Conor. There he is. Little Conor. What have I missed? Conor, you spelled your name wrong, mate. You've only spelled it with one R there. Everybody on this stream knows that Conor is spelled with two N's. C-O-N-N-O-R. How do you not know how to spell your own name, mate? They hate us because they ain't us. Whoop whoop. Yes, Liz. Love it. They hate us because they ain't us. Catch us if you can, motherfuckers. Oh, I definitely want that on a t-shirt. Catch us if you can, motherfuckers. Right, come on. Some more of your wonderful comments. Let me read through them. Brooks is injured for Bournemouth for 5 weeks. He was superb form, and his performances against Chelsea were amazing. He's been a very good player this year. Very good player. I just don't think you're capable of winning. See, here's the thing, mate. We don't give a fuck what you think. You're on our stream, a Liverpool stream, trying to convince yourself that we won't win the league. We don't give a fuck what you think. Honestly, we won't lose a moment's sleep over your opinion. So just go and spread your negative bollocks somewhere else. I've been really nice trying to keep you in the stream without booting you out. But honestly, no one gives a fuck what you have to say. Neil Anthony said, a big plus is we don't have any players carrying the burden, which is a good shout, mate. That is a good shout. Henderson probably the only one in it, but yeah, it's a good shout. We are so here and doing this, get used to it. And it's just the start of it. It's just the start of it, Claire. Once we get this monkey off our back, once they win the Premier League, it is only the start. It will be a period of Liverpool, I won't say domination because that's disrespectful, but it will be a period of Liverpool success that I think we'll see for 3, 4, 5 years. And as I said before, football is cyclical. Clubs have their cycles and then other clubs come through, and that's the way it works. Do you like Rashford? Yes, he's a very good footballer, mate. A very good footballer. I'm very respectful of people who I like, and I think are good players. And yes, I think Rashford is a good player. What I'm a little bit concerned by, not concerned because it's not my place to be concerned, I'm a little bit bemused as to how, I gather you might be a Manchester United fan, gamer boy, I'm just guessing at that. I'm a little bit confused as to why Martial got 250 grand a week. I'm not confused as to whether he's a good player or not. Martial is an excellent footballer, but has he earned 250 grand a week? I know that they had to give him a decent wage because his contract was running down, but he's earning more money than Mo Salah. Does he deserve more money than Mo Salah? Not in my eyes. Liverpool FC and its fans are a family and support each other through thick and thin. Very few clubs can even come close to that. Yes, exactly, mate. And that is true. That is so fucking true. The amount of people I've seen that have helped each other out over the years on Twitter or on YouTube or on Facebook, the amount of Liverpool fans that have gone out of the way to help out another fan. It's true. And not just fans of our own club. You are a United fan. There you go. And you're from Crumlin. Not too far. I'm from Shankill originally, mate. The only time I was ever in Crumlin, I was in the... Oh, what's the pub called? Submarine bar in Crumlin. I don't like Matip as a centre-back. Reminds me of Sacco, clumsy and... Excuse me, and not good enough. Craig, I think Salah should start in midfield. When you say midfield, I'm a little. Do you mean like right wing, as in midfield, or because I like him on the right myself? They spent 59 million on him in installments. Who was that? Are we talking about? Sorry, I've missed who that was. Rashford is good, better than Lingard. That I would certainly agree with. Who honestly here thinks Lingard is better than Rashford? Not me. I think Rashford's a better player than Lingard. Let's not get that far ahead. As Klopp said, one step at a time, enjoy the ride. And that is a big part of it for me, Cahill. Enjoying the ride is, I've spoken about this a few times, that's massive for me. Enjoying every little victory and every little celebration and every little bit of fun and every little laugh we have along the way. It's part of the fun. Craig, do you think Gomez will be back before the end of the season? I honestly can't give you an answer. I'm as shocked as everybody else and as saddened as everybody else that unfortunately Gomez has had a setback. We all love the guy on here, let's be honest about it. Joe Gomez has had an amazing season this year, but I can't give you the answer. I don't even want to try and guess at it because I'll only disappoint myself if I'm wrong. Matip is getting in form. We need to get behind him. Absolutely, get behind all our players. But in the summer, I would like to see him moved on. But he's definitely in form. He's definitely playing well. Cannot argue with that. Who's your favourite Liverpool player that ever played for them? Robbie Fowler. I love Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler, Steven Gerrard, Luis Suarez, Didi Hamann. I love Didi Hamann when he played here. Yeah, probably in that order, the way I said it there. Let's turn this then. Nah, you know what? Fuck off. I'm sick of you. Your mom, whatever your fucking name is. Just fuck off. I'm sick of listening to your nonsense. What else we got? Harold Steptoe said, I've been a Hammers fan since the glory days in the 80s. What else we got? Gomez back for March, said Claire Dean. How do you think City will do? Against who? Against Arsenal, mate, tomorrow? I think they'll beat them, if that was the question. Is it TY808 beats? If that's the question, I think they'll win tomorrow. I'd love to see clips of Klopp in the locker room talking to the players. So would I. I'd love to see a couple of his team speeches. I watched the League Cup final against Birmingham in the Submarine Bar. I lived in Crumlin for a few years. Massive Liverpool pub. Yeah, it's a great bar. It really is. Great spot. Craig, who will get relegated? Oh, I don't want to say Fulham, Mossy. I don't want to say Fulham because I hope they stay up, but I think they might go down, you know. Huddersfield, and after that, God, mate, after that it's going to be tough. I don't want Southampton to go down. I don't want Newcastle to go down. Um, I don't know. That last place is close. Probably a little bit too early to make that call. Where's your mom? I bit with him out because I'm fucking sick of listening to him. What's your earliest memory of LFC? Mine is Rush scoring non-stop and the year we won the double. It is the game we lost against Arsenal 2-0 at Anfield, the one that won them the league title. That one, unfortunately. Seeing Matip lined up next to Shaqiri last game was gold. Oh, the height thing. Sorry, I was wondering where you were going with that, Larry. Yeah, God bless him. Imagine Suarez, Gerrard and Salah in the same side. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, and man, throw in peak Torres in there as well. Oh, they destroy somebody. Who do you think our backline against Bayern would look like? It's a tough question. Probably, it depends on who's... Trent, probably Matip and Matip and Lovren, excuse me, and Robertson. I'd a guess. If Lovren isn't available, then maybe it'll be Fabinho that'll drop back in. Love Fulham and Ranieri, said Liverpool legend. I just like the club. I like them. They're a plucky little club. Cardiff made a good case to get out of relegation today. Yes, good win for them. They're not a bad side actually, Cardiff. They really aren't. They've got a bit of fight about them. Relegation battle will be tough this season. It will. Just having a problem being a Man United fan. I wish we still had as much glory, but at least you've had a lot of it, to be fair, mate. I mean, you did have a period there where you won a shit ton of stuff. So, as I said before, football is cyclical and it happens. You get your time at the top, somebody else comes through and goes around, and unfortunately for the rest of the world, actually, you're a pretty fucking big financial behemoth, so you can buy your way out of a lot of trouble. Gerrard, Alonso, Torres, Suarez, Robbo and VVD for Charlene. What does everyone think of the thumbnail? Connor wants to know. It was a little bit tough. I said to Connor, right, for tonight's thumbnail, pal, what I want us to do is basically say, don't buy into all this media shit. Fuck all the media bollocks about Liverpool trying to be, or Liverpool gonna fall apart. How do we display that in the thumbnail? It was a tough one, because you can't start using logos of media enterprises, because that's not right, and you'll get kicked off YouTube. So yeah, it was a tough one for him. MUFC Gamer said best Liverpool player ever was Gerrard for him, and this is from a United fan. World class leader / captain. Dream signing. Oh, good question. Dream signing. Give me a second. Just give me a second to process, because I have two people in my head and I'm trying to weigh up which one I want. Fuck it, Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe. I'm here, bro. Love the channel. Thank you, mate. Great to have you with us. Appreciate the kind words. My little mouse here, my little computer mouse, it's acting the bollocks again. There we go. Now it's working better. At first glance, I thought the thumbnail was in GTA font, said Jose. Steve Highway, best Irish red, said John Snuff. As Jeremy Clarkson would say, Fulham are plucky Brits. Liverpool first team to make 100 million profit. Yes, we spoke about that one a few streams ago. It just goes to show you how well the club is now being run. And look, I suppose your first instinct is to say, spend the fucking money. If you've got 100 million, spend it. But it's still good to see the club running the right way. We have too many honours to be legible. Yeah, exactly. Even at that, in the little image there beside me, it's very tough to go through and read them. Isco will be a dream signing for Pragma Wirtz. He's a very good player, Isco. And he would actually fit into this squad quite well. Apparently Dybala was pissed off after the game. I don't blame him, he didn't start it. I looked at that Juventus team and I couldn't believe that Dybala wasn't in there. He's on the bench far too much for my liking. I don't blame him for being pissed off if he was. Mbappe, yeah, I love Mbappe. It would just be, he'd be perfect, absolutely perfect. Although Isco, I know a lot of people have a lot of love for Isco. He would fit in rather nicely as well, but I don't think he's on the same level as Kylian Mbappe, especially when you think of the potential this guy still has. And imagine if he actually worked under a good manager. Imagine how much better he'd be. Mbappe will be my favourite. Cheese bag if we signed him. Cheese bag, I like it. Luis Suarez is my dream signing. We've had him. We've already seen that man shine in a Liverpool shirt. Wouldn't mind Sané. Yeah, Sané's an excellent player. An excellent player. Dybala would be great as well. Yeah, another good show. Isco's not a good fit, per decision making, low defensive work. Yeah, but it depends what you want from him. If you want him to play in between the lines, if you want him to play in the hole, then maybe you could limit his defensive work or his pressing. There's not many around the world that can play in that role, and we need to find somebody. Although, as I said, Bobby could drop in and play that perhaps if we got Werner in and moved them further forward. The club is set up now for the next 6 to 8 years and is improving. Trophies are aplenty, said Anthony Peters. Do you know what? Of all the streams we've ever done, I reckon this stream tonight gets me a shit ton of abuse in the comments afterwards. I just see it coming. Charlene said, it's amazing to see where our club is now. FSG have worked wonders. We've come so far since Gillette and Hicks days. Yeah, we have, Charlene. We really have. And it wasn't a straight smooth sailing. I mean, there's been some really shitty times along the way, but we've gotten there, so you've got to give them credit. Conor only wants Raggy back. Ragnar Klavan, that's it for Conor. Griezmann will be a good signing. I absolutely despise Antoine Griezmann. Absolutely despise him. If I was a fucking Atletico fan and I had to look at that arrogant little shit making 2 videos last year about whether he's going to go to Barcelona or whether he's going to stay at Atletico, I mean, I would have just told him to fuck off. He's a little rat. I don't like him at all. Jay Spearing, there's a show. Ousmane Dembele, good player. Don't know if he'd be my dream signing. Good player though. 8,000 subs by the 10th. I'm hoping 8,000 subscribers by Monday, Larry. I'm hoping by Monday night, by the end of the game. So, last shout out, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed and you have a moment, please do hit that subscribe button. As you can see, we're moving towards 8,000 subscribers, inch by inch, subscriber by subscriber, and every single one means the world to us. So, if you have a second, you haven't subscribed, please take a second to do so, and of course drop a like on the stream. But most importantly, if you do subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notifications, because we do a live stream every single night of the week. We do watch alongs of every Liverpool game, and you never know when we might pop on, so turn on the notifications as well. All the content is free on here, it always will be. My dream signing would be Jadon Sancho, Hudson-Odoi. I mean, I think that's a bit over the top. I don't rate that guy as much as other people. Very good player, lots of potential, but not a dream signing. I mean, I think that's a little bit OTT. What else we got? My friends call Griezmann Greasy Man. It's not too far off, to be fair. He took the piss when he teased Barcelona, absolutely. And totally disrespected fans that have been so loyal to him. Totally pissed all over them. Just pissed all over them. Craig, where's your ads? In what sense? Mate, I've no idea what you mean. If you mean on the YouTube ads? My dream signing is Klopp's #1 signing, bar money and club politics. Dream signing will be De Bruyne, exactly what we need. He'd be a good show, to be fair. I mean, what a player Kevin De Bruyne is. Absolutely stunning footballer. Kills me that he's playing for that bunch of fucking mercenaries, but he's an excellent footballer. Mbappe or Sané? Mbappe for me, definitely. Diego Corden would be a good sign. Do you mean Godin, or am I missing somebody altogether? Is this a new player that I know nothing about? Imagine somebody called Antoine Goatman. What? He's nowhere near. He's not even in the top fucking 10 footballers in the world for me. What has he done to deserve it? I mean, he's so hit and miss, and I don't know. I just don't rate Griezmann that highly. He was. If you go back 3 or 4 years ago, I think he's much better than he was then than he is now. Verratti, I would love, Josh. That's a good show. I've always wanted Marco Verratti. He's a little bit injury prone, but he's one hell of a midfielder. Kande is, of course, tremendous as well. I watched last night's stream after it finished and I had 500 views, yet we have 158 watching now. More likes than the first. More likes the first last night, 500 views, go figure. I don't know what you mean by that, John. I watched last night's stream after it finished and 500 views. It's had over 2,000 now, by the way, which is really good. Yeah, we have 158 watching now and more likes than the one last night. It's okay, buddy. It's oh, my 30-second ads, do you mean? Oh, I don't need them anymore, mate, because I'm not using the Nikon camera. I've gone back to the old web camera, and using the web camera I don't need to take a break. We can go straight through. We're still trying to find a workaround for the DSLR camera, so at the moment we're just not using it. Okay, where else have we got? Imagine De Bruyne and Mbappe, Firmino, Mane and Salah, VVD and Koulibaly, said Liverpool fan 9. That would be unbelievable. De Bruyne is a red. He'd jump at the chance to join. Yep, seeing the pictures of him on his little, was it a donkey or a small horse? I don't know. Who's your dream centre-back pairing? I'm quite happy with Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk, if I'm being honest. If you can give me a fit Gomez, then he will do me just fine. What's your prediction for City versus Arsenal and West Ham versus Liverpool? 3-1, maybe 4-1 to Manchester City, and Liverpool to win 3-0 at West Ham. Go for Alderweireld. He'll have approximately 25 million release clause in the summer if he doesn't renew his deal. I can't imagine he will renew his deal, Cahill. I think he will have that option of the 25 million. And whoever gets him, even though he's getting on in years, if you got 3 years out of him at that money, it's a bargain. Son is class. Apps for a super sub. He's a very good footballer, Claire. Very, very hard work and very good footballer. I want Koulibaly and Insigne from Napoli. I don't want Insigne. I honestly don't think he's good enough. Just a personal thing. It was announced that, well, he was always the one that was right on the edge for me, but I don't think he quite has it in him. It was announced today that Marek Hamšík has left Napoli. He was very, very good for them for a very long time. And he's one hell of a mohawk as well. Dave Sweeney's going 2-2 tomorrow between City and Arsenal. If Harry Kane was for sale, would you buy him for Liverpool? Yes, in a heartbeat. I've said this before when people have asked. Yeah, I would. How could you not want a centre forward of the calibre of Harry Kane if he was available? I mean, let's be honest about this. Put aside all the talk of him diving, being a greedy bastard, robbing goals. He knows where the net is, and you got to give him that. And if you've a centre forward, you want him putting the ball in the net. So, yeah, if Harry Kane was available, I would take him. I've always had a sneaky feeling he'd end up at United somehow, but again, being honest, I could give you a sensationalist answer, but it's not my honest one. Marco van Basten, Ruud Hulle, Frank Rijkaard, all excellent footballers. Marco van Basten, what a striker. Such a shame injuries cut his career short. Would you take Dele Alli? Not now. Not really now. I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm annoyed we didn't sign him when we had the chance. I would have loved us to have gotten him back then, and I'm not saying he's gotten worse, but no, not now. I think he just annoyed me too much in the Spurs shirt. I do like Aguero. Again, another outstanding footballer. He looks better with the silver hair as well, Sergio, doesn't he? He looks well with the silver hair. Test the waters, bid for Eriksen, Kevin De Bruyne, King, Lascelles and Brooks. On that, I know you're maybe having a bit of a joke, Tom, but does anybody else not think that clubs don't act shithouse enough these days? I mean, Liverpool should be putting in bids for Harry Kane. Liverpool should be putting in bids for Kevin De Bruyne. Liverpool should be putting in bids for any top player, even to just try and fucking unsettle them. I mean, that's what I think. I think United were very good at that over the years. Liverpool should be doing that. All the clubs should be doing that. Why not? Oh yeah, we want Harry Kane, definitely. We're considering putting in a £180 million bid for Harry Kane. Definitely, yeah, definitely. Let that lead to the journos. Then do the same for, I don't know, De Bruyne. Liverpool want to make Kevin De Bruyne the highest paid player in the Premier League's history. Happy to give him £500,000 a week and pay Manchester City a world record fee for him. Just let that leak into the media. and let that fucking fester into Kevin De Bruyne's agent, and let that get into the Manchester City sitting room, and let them start fucking stirring shit in their own dressing rooms. I think there's not enough shithousery in football, and I'd love to see Liverpool be the club to start doing it again, because there hasn't been enough. United used to be really good at unsettling players and getting in people's heads, and we see it all the time when we come up against PSG. They were talking about Fabinho. When Real Madrid, they were talking about Salah. It happens time and time again. I don't think there's enough of it in England. I think maybe there's an unwritten rule amongst owners or something. I don't know, but I love a bit of snideness, a bit of shithousery. I'm perfectly happy that Sandro Wagner went to China. Glad we don't have to see that arrogant mug in the Bundesliga. Would you take Nicolas Pepe from Lille? I don't know anything about him. I know Lille have been in fantastic form this season in France, but I don't know anything about the player, mate. Dele Alli was a Liverpool fan as a kid. We had that deal sewn up, by the way. The club absolutely fucked that up, the deal for Dele Alli. I've heard a couple of things that I can't say because I don't know if they're facts or not, but yeah, apparently that was a done deal. Conor said, I still wonder what would have happened if we got Alexis Sanchez when we sold Suarez. My honest take on that is I can't believe for the life of me that we didn't strong arm them into making sure Alexis Sanchez came to Liverpool. I don't care if he wants to go to London. I don't give a shit. We held all the cards there because we had Suarez. And are you telling me we couldn't have thrown an extra 20 or 30 grand a week onto what he was going to get at Arsenal to get him here? Because at the time he was the only player actually I wanted to replace Suarez, and I thought that we were in a great position to do it. I thought that Barcelona, one, wanted rid of Sanchez so much, and two, wanted Suarez. I couldn't believe for the life of me we couldn't get that deal done. We should definitely go for Eriksen. I could honestly see that happening, said Connor. Oh, I'd love him. Love Christian Eriksen. Was he 28 now, is that right? 28, 29? And there's 1 year left after this year with Spurs. Dele Alli admitted that he would have signed for Liverpool if Stevie G was awake when he went to Anfield. Awake? That's strange. What Klopp is currently doing, I've seen before at Dortmund when we won the first title with him. Same attitude. You didn't know Big Crouchy played for Burnley. He only signed for them recently, mate. Legend. Love Crouchy in the Premier League. Do you think we'll sign Ali at some point? No, not anymore. You can never say never though, but I don't think so. Imagine Eriksen in the 10, it would be rather tasty, wouldn't it? It would be rather tasty. He's a great footballer. And again, another player back in the day when he was at Ajax, we had the chance to sign. But Spurs are the ones that roll the dice, and they're after getting a wonderful footballer. Would you take Kai Havertz? Mate, you're embarrassing me. I have to say, I don't know these players. I don't know who he is. Sorry. I wish I could give you a better answer. I want Aguero or Mbappe or De Bruyne. 3 dream signings. De Bruyne, yes. Mbappe, yes. Aguero, look, from a quality point of view, 100%. But just an age thing is the only reason I'd have a bit of a no on that one. But De Bruyne or Mbappe, wow. That would just be wow. Did I say wow? Because that would be wow. With VAR coming in, what constitutes a yellow card should also change. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about VAR. As much as there's going to be positives to it, there was a couple of decisions today in the Premier League that really pissed me off. So, Burnley, Ashley Barnes was booked for diving for Burnley in what was clearly a penalty, and Chelsea got a penalty for what was clearly not a penalty. There you go. And as I said, Ashley Barnes was booked for diving, and it wasn't. It was a penalty. Stonewall. I say it again, even though we didn't play today and it has nothing to do with us. I am saddened, I am annoyed, and I am frustrated by the standard of refereeing and officiating in the Premier League. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough for a league as good as this to have referees as abject as they are. It's just not good enough. And there are some decent referees. Michael Oliver, I think, is a decent referee. But there's some of them. Anthony Taylor is a joke. Kevin Friend, nah, not good enough. Martin Atkinson, you know what I think about him. I had a bit of a rant about him the other night. There's just referees that are just not good enough. They're not good enough to be refereeing at this level in this league under that pressure. Their decision making is shocking. When VAR comes in, Mo will get 20 penalties next year. I had VAR, same result, comes down to someone's judgment, said Anthony Peters, and it does a lot of the time. We've said this before. People compare it to tennis, people compare it to cricket. In those games, there is a definitive yes or no answer. The ball's out, the ball's in, the ball took a nick, the ball didn't take a nick. His leg was over the line, it wasn't. There are some really, really clear and obvious decisions. A lot of stuff is still going to be subjective with VAR. You'd hope that it clears up more than it worsens, but with the people that are running the game now in England, the officials that are there, I'm not very confident. Don't want VAR, agree Pochettino, leave it at goal line technology. I can understand that. I would probably be on the side of pro VAR, but I'm certainly not arrogant enough to not understand both sides of the argument and think that they both have merit. I would have taken Aubameyang, said Liverpool fan 9. That Atkinson rant was fucking hilarious, said O'Dog. I'm still to this day, I mean, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Did I say that I hate him? O'Dog, because I fucking hate him. How did he not give that penalty? I know why he didn't give it. You know why he didn't give it. He was going into that game fully aware that he wasn't going to be the referee that gave Liverpool a penalty. He wasn't going to bow down to the cop. He was giving us fucking nothing in that game. And yeah, he'll walk away and he'll get a game next week and won't lose a minute's sleep over it. But he robbed us. Absolutely stonewall robbed us. And he knows that he did. VAR will decide the Premier League. I want Liverpool to win it before VAR comes in. I can understand that. That's actually a good point. Bayer Leverkusen are a club that has always been stepping stone for players. They had a good win today actually, didn't they? 3-1 over Bayern Munich. So well done to them. Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? Easiest question I've ever been asked. Cristiano Ronaldo is nowhere near as good as Lionel Messi. Not a hope. Lionel Messi is the best player of my lifetime that I've had the joy of watching. Cristiano Ronaldo is one hell of a footballer. Absolutely phenomenal footballer. Goal scoring machine. I admire the work ethic that he's put into his career. He's worked so hard and gotten everything out of his career. But he's not Lionel Messi. Not for me. Nobody touches Messi. There doesn't seem to be any penalties to the referees when they completely suck. Well, they can get dropped down a division, Liz. They can get a game of the championship. But that's about it. And I can understand them not having to answer for their decisions. I get that. I get that they need to be protected to an extent. But just shocking. Just shocking. How much the refs get paid? I have an idea, but I don't want to say it in case it's wrong. And of course it does probably depend on a lot of things, what division they're refereeing in. Are they a UEFA referee? There's probably a lot of things that go into how senior they are. I have a figure in my head. I'm going to throw it out there, see if anybody knows if I'm right or wrong. I think some of the referees that are a bit up 200 grand a year. I think. I could be completely wrong on that. Atkinson needs to retire. He needs to fuck off is what he needs to do. Claire Dean said Atkinson is literally the shittest referee I've ever seen. It was the sheer arrogance of him as well. Oh, it was just shocking. And there was a couple of decisions went against Leicester as well in that game, don't get me wrong. I think Vardy was flagged for an offside that he was not offside for. Who'll win the FA Cup? Probably Manchester City, if I'm being honest. Probably Manchester City. Messi saved Barca today when they were 2-0 down to Valencia. He scored 2 to bring it back. I've seen that one. Yeah, was it 3-3 draw? No, it was a 2-2 draw. Sorry, 2-2 draw. The 3-3 draw was the Juventus game. Yeah, sorry, 2-2 draw. And well done to Valencia actually, going there and putting up a real fight. Claire said, agreed, Messi is a zillion times better than that Portuguese gobshite. Look, I do I have no respect for Ronaldo on one side of things, which I think you know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to get into on here, but from a footballing only standpoint, the guy has worked his ass off and to get to where he is. And from what I've seen, heard, and read, he's trained harder than anybody else around to get there. So I won't disrespect Ronaldo from that side, but yeah, he's not fit to lace Messi's boots in my eyes. The day Messi leaves Barca, they'll panic buy everybody until they find another one to carry them. Yeah, it's going to be very, very, very tough to ever find anybody. That's a 3-man job right there to replace Messi. Can't wait to see City win 2 cups and claim it's better than our league win. Yeah, Pep will say, oh no, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup is much more important than the Premier League and the Champions League. I don't know why he suddenly became French towards the end of that, but yeah. We all know it's Champions League or bust for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. He's going to be judged as a failure if he doesn't win the Champions League with them. No matter what, they try and tell you, their fans, him, that's what he was brought in to do. They want that legitimacy. They want to be a European champion. They want so badly to lift the European Cup so they can finally feel like they've arrived at the top table, Manchester City. LFC is garbage in my opinion. As a Liverpool fan, I think Man United is better. Okay, Trevor, you're a Liverpool fan. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Let's just say goodnight to Trevor because he's been on the sherry. Good night, Trevor. We love you. That comment was so stupid it didn't even deserve anger. Refs get unreal abuse at all levels. Nobody wants to do the job. That's why they end up with the same 7 or 8 clowns. Not true. Well, the abuse thing, yes, I fully back you on. But and you know what? You've got a point. I mean, kids from a very young age, like in rugby, should be taught that the referee's word is gospel. There should be no talking back. Referees should dish out yellows left, right and centre for anybody that comes and talks to them, except the captains. Much like in rugby, I think that Jordan Henderson should be allowed to talk to the referee, and that's it. Nobody else. Anybody even comes near the referee and they should be dished out a yellow card. But at the same time, the abuse that they get, and they do get it, Brian, you're absolutely spot on, that doesn't negate for them being shit. And these guys have received enough training, enough chances and have been around long enough, a lot of these guys, to be better than they are. Messi is probably the best player of all time, but I don't know, yeah, it's a tough one between him and Maradona. They're both unbelievably naturally talented, like, just ridiculously. Where was I? Sorry. Messi's probably the best player of all time, but sometimes I feel like defenders just give up and do fuck all to stop him. Yeah, well, look, I suppose he's earned that, hasn't he? He's earned that fear that he puts in defenders. I was watching a goal the other night. It was one of those shows on Sky or something where they go back through the years and show all the best bits, and it was the goal that he picked up in his own half for Barcelona. I can't remember who it was against. You'll know the one I'm talking about. He just runs through 6 or 7 players, goes around the keeper then, and it still lifts it up from a tight angle to stop the sliding defender sliding in to try and block it. It was just wow. Just wow. Just the beautiful game summed up in a goal, much like Diego Maradona's goal against England. Was it in '86? That was not the hand of God. That was just hilarious. But the other one, the other goal, wow. What's your opinion on United in the current weeks? Excellent. They've been excellent, Elliot. There's no point in me throwing on my anti-Man United hat here just to try and make a fucking provoke a reaction. They've been very good. Very, very, very good. And I have to be honest and say I didn't think they had it in them. It just goes to show how much of an arsehole Mourinho must have been. That Ole can come in and just put an arm around players and just be nice and just, you know, put a bit of enthusiasm back into the club, a little bit of happiness. It just goes to show you what an arsehole Mourinho must have been. But they've been very, very good. And I'm not looking forward to playing them at Old Trafford, I'll be honest. I'm not looking forward to it one bit. But I back my team. I think we're a very, very, very good team. And it's going to be a cracker of a game at Old Trafford. I'm really interested to watch them play City as well. See how that one pans out. I can't wait to see either Ronaldo, City fans or PSG crying when they're knocked out of the Champions League. What summed up everything about Ronaldo to me and his agent and all his bullshit was when Modric got an award. I don't think it was the Ballon d'Or, it was before that. It was something else last year. Modric got either won or he got, yeah, I think he won it actually, whatever the award was, and Ronaldo's agent came out moaning, screaming, crying, whinging that Ronaldo didn't get it. I just thought, you classless git. And Ronaldo does so many good things for charity and stuff. I mean, that side of the guy's life is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it was just classless, that act, when Modric got the award. The ultimate prank guy said good night from Ireland. Good night from Ireland. And hello from Ireland. Right, couple more questions or a couple more bits and pieces, guys. I'm going to head off. I didn't realise it was so late. Jesus, we've flown along here. United could possibly decide who wins the title. They will have a say, David. Yes, they will definitely have a say, pal. And how are you, David? I feel like it's a while since we spoke, mate. Looking forward to Bows in a new season? If I remember correctly, you're a big Bows fan. What part of Dublin are you from? I'm from town. Love that. I love that you said I'm from town. That's just... Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Because it used to be... Even I'm from Shankill, by the way, John. It used to be... I'm going to town. I'm going into town. I haven't heard that in so long. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm from Shankill, as I said, John. But I lived in the city centre for a while. I lived on Mountjoy Square. UEFA Men's Player of the Year. Thank you, Malone. AS Empire has put in the Anfield Agenda Discord group, and we haven't spoken about this in a while. Many people might not know that we do actually have a Discord group, so the link has gone in there with AS Empire. If anyone wants to join, just click on that link there and you get to chat to people when we're not online, which is always good, because as I said before, I've said it before, I say it again, I think we've got the best subscribers around. Guys, we are just a few subscribers away from, what is it, 7,840, so if anyone's watching you haven't subscribed, take a second to do that. That would be very much appreciated. Right, guys, I didn't realise how late it was. I'm going to have to say my goodnights. Tomorrow we'll just have a proper look ahead. Tomorrow night's stream will be entirely a preview of the West Ham game. So we'll talk formations, we'll talk predicted scores, we'll talk 11s, everything that you want to talk about. Let me know tomorrow. Get your thinking caps on, get your 11s ready, your thoughts, predictions, all that stuff. We'll go through it in more detail tomorrow. Until then, guys, thank you so much for putting up with me again for another night. Really appreciate you all watching. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the stream. Look after your loved ones, tell them that you love them, and up the motherfucking Reds.